Hello, amazing ones. Welcome, and let's solve this equation together. When you look at this, to be like, where do you start from? It's just so easy, okay? Now, to get these values of s, carefully look at the left side where you have x. You observe that this value is raised to the power of 6. So what it means is that the expected values of x are going to be 6. Now, ensure to participate actively as I teach you how to get these values of x and also show you how to check for your solution to see if it gives us this value at the right side. It's going to be amazing. And don't forget to tell us how it helps you in the comments. Let's do this together. So we're going to begin this with solution, okay? So what do? Let's return what you have. So you have x plus 2 to the 6th power is 2 to the power of 12. Now, what do? We can choose to make these two powers to be the same, okay, to help us work with it easily. You just need to remember that for every a to the power of m to the power of n, multiply, it gives you a to the power of mn. So this is going to help us. Now, to do this, what do you have? So you are going to have x plus 2 to the 6th power is equal to, this can be rewritten as this, raised to the power of 6. You have not changed anything. Multiply this, it gives you back 12. Okay, so what do we do next? Keep simplifying. So we have x plus 2 to the 6th power. 2 to the power of 2 is 2 multiplied 2 times, and that will give us 4. So we have 4 to the power of 6. Now remember, this is having a positive, so we're going to remove it. To do that, you subtract. So we have to x plus 2 to the 6th power minus 4 to the power of 6. Subtract here gives you 0. Interesting. Now what do we do next? Let's break this power down for easy solving. What do? We have x plus 2 to the power of 3 is raised to the power of 2. Multiply this 2, it gives you back 6. Minus 4 to the power of 3 is raised to the power of 2 is equal to 0. We are still doing this, obeying this rule. So at this point, what did you observe? You observe that the powers outside are both 2. So it leads you to difference of 2 squares. And what does that say? It says that for every a squared minus b squared, it is a plus b and a minus b. So this is going to help us, okay? Now in this, the whole of this is your a and this becomes your b, okay? So let's apply this. We are going to now have x plus 2 raised to the power of 3. I hope you are with me there. Plus 4 to the power of 3. Then we go for the subtraction. So we have x plus 2 to the power of 3 minus 4 to the power of 3 is equal to 0. Interesting. Now, what do you do next? Observe carefully that whenever you see that these two powers are 3 and there is addition, just remember that for every a cube plus b cube, it gives you a plus b into a squared plus b squared minus ab. Okay, now we are going to work with this first, then we come back for this. So obeying this rule for this, you can see that this and this, cube and cube, cube and cube. So this is your a and this is your b. So we're going to apply this. Then if you do that for this, so we have for x plus 2 to the power of 3 plus 4 cube, what do we have? This is going to give us, so remember we said this is your a, so we have x plus 2, okay, then plus your b is 4, so we have plus 4. I hope you are still with me there. Then into, open up another bracket, your a is this, so we have x plus 2 to the power of 2, okay, then plus your b is 4. I hope you are still with me there. So your b is 4 and it will be squared minus your a multiplied by b. This is your a, this is your b. So you use 4 to multiply x plus 2. I hope you are still with me there. Now what do? We keep simplifying. This will give us x plus, add this, it gives you 6, okay, into, now for this, You see what we have? We're going to expand this. So how do you expand this kind of binomial? Just remember that for every a plus b to the power of 2, it is a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. Okay, so we're going to apply this in expanding this. So to do that, it gives us x squared plus, for our b we have 2 squared, okay, then plus, use this to multiply it, it gives you 2 times x is 2x, then times these 2 will give us 4x. Did you see that? So we have this plus, so we're going to have this. So we've been able to expand this, so we can remove this bracket. 4 squared will give us 4 times 4, which is 16. I hope you are still with me there. Now use this negative 4 to distribute into this bracket. Negative 4 times x gives us negative 4x. Then negative 4 times 2 gives us negative 8. Interesting. So what do you do next? We keep simplifying this, and if you do that, we have x plus 6 into, this is x squared, okay? 2 squared we know is 4, so we have 4 plus 4x, okay? Plus 16, then we have minus 4x minus 8. I hope you're with me there. So we keep simplifying. X plus 6 into, so we add up, this gives us x squared, and we have 4x, take away 4x is gone. I hope you're with me. Then this is 6 plus 16 will give us, 4 plus 16 gives us 20, take away 8 will give us 12. So this is what we have. I hope you're with me. Now this is for this, and remember that for, at this point we said the whole of this is equal to 0. So for this, we are going to have this will be equal to 0, because if AB is equal to 0, A will be equal to 0, B will be equal to 0. So either of these two is equal to 0. I hope you've not forgotten. So this will be equal to 0. So in that case, we keep solving to now have x plus 6 is equal to 0, or x squared plus 12 is equal to 0. Amazing. Now we have it. To get x here, subtract 6 from both sides, and if you do that, x will give you negative 6. So we've gotten the first value of x. Now for this, what do you do? This is quadratic, because the highest power of x is 2. So remove this, you subtract 12 from both sides. If you do that, you are going to have x squared is, this gives you negative 12. So to remove this square, you need to square root both sides. So you square root this. And remember, to do it, you take both the positive and negative value. Okay? So looking at this, you observe that there's a negative sign in this root. In that case, this is leading us to an imaginary number. Okay, so let's simplify this to have. So from here we have it that x is equal to plus or minus square root of, this can be splitted as negative 1 multiplied by 12. Okay, now use your rule of radicals. When you have this ab multiplied, it is equal to this times square root of b. So let this be a guide. So in that case, this will give us x is equal to plus or minus square root of negative 1 multiplied by square root of 12. Now for this is written as I is always square root of negative 1. Okay, so let's replace it here. In that case, we have x is equal to plus or minus, this is I. Now this 12 has a perfect square in it. So in that case, we bring it out, and that is 4 multiplied by 3. You know that the square root of 4 gives you 2. And this 3 is not perfect, so remain in the root. So 2 will be out. We are going to have x is equal to plus or minus 2i multiplied by root 3. So if you simplify, x will give you 2 root 3i plus or minus. So split these values of x, we have the second value of x will give us 2 root 3i. Okay, that's the second value of x. And the third value of x will give us negative 2 root 3i. So we've gotten these three values of x. Still remember that you have x plus 2 to the power of 3 minus 4 cube unsolved, and it's also equal to 0. So let's solve this also to get the values of x. And to do that, we are going to now have, remember, for every a cube minus b cube, just observe this, it will give you what? A minus b into a squared plus b squared plus ab. We're going to apply this in solving this, okay? So what do? This is going to be your a and this is your b. So we are going to now have x plus 2 minus 4, okay? Then into our a is x plus 2, so we're going to have x plus 2 raised to power of 2. Let's change this. So we're going to have, let's put this, so x plus 2 to the power of 2 plus our b is 4, so we have 4 squared plus a multiply b, so we have 4, we multiply x plus 2. So this is what we have, and everything is equal to 0. So let's solve this to now have. So we're going to have x, add this, it gives you -2. So we have x minus 2 into, let's expand this. Remember what we stated? So we're going to have x squared, then square these 2 also. We have 2 squared will give us 4. Use 2 to multiply this, it gives you 4x. I hope you've not forgotten. Then 4 squared gave us 16. Then for this, we are going to have, use this 4 to distribute. 4 times this gives you 4x. 4 times this gives you +8. And everything is equal to 0. So solving this, we have, so from here we are going to have x minus 2 into, let's simplify this. So we have x squared, this is 4x plus 4x will give us 8x. This is 4 plus this 20 plus 8 will give us 28. I hope you are still with me there. And don't forget to give this tutorial a like. Let's know how it helps you in the comment. And also, the interesting part is for you to stay to the end to see how we're going to check for this solution. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, and let's continue. So we're going to have this is equal to 0. Now, what do? So at this point, you will see that if these two are equal to 0, it means that x minus 2 is equal to 0, and x squared plus 8x plus 28 is also equal to 0. Now, to get x here, just add 2 to both sides because it's subtracting. If you do that, you have x is equal to, add 2 here, you get 2. Did you see? So this gives us the fourth value of x. Now let's solve for this. This is quadratic equation because the highest power of x is 2. So to solve this, we are going to use the formula. And we know that for every x is equal to -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So in this formula, a is always the coefficient of x squared. So a is 1, your b is coefficient of x, which is 8, and your c is your constant, which is 28. So we're going to plug this into this formula. And if you do that, we're going to have, so let's bring this down. So this gives us x is equal to negative of this 8 plus or minus square root of, our b is 8, so we have 8 squared minus 4, our a is 1, multiplied by 28, okay, divided by 2 multiplied by what? Our a is also 1. So we simplify to have x is equal to -8 plus or minus square root of 8 squared is 8 times 8 to give us 64. Then multiply this, it will give us 4 multiplied 8 will give us 32. You write 2, take 3. 4 times 2 will give us 8 plus 3 is 11. So we have this, okay, divided by 2 times 1 is 2. So this gives us x is equal to -8 plus or minus, if you subtract this, it gives you square root of -48, and that is divided by 2. So also observe that there is negative sign. So this is leading us to a complex solution, okay? Because this 8 is a real number and this is leading to imaginary. So when you combine these two, it is leading you to a complex solution. So we simplify this to have, this gives us x is equal to -8 plus or minus. Now remember that the negative sign is turned to I. We have square root of, this 48 you know is to be simplified as 16 times 3 because it has a perfect square of 16. Okay, so let's do it well. So we have this 16 times 3 and that is divided by 2. So we have it as x is -8 plus or minus square root of 16 gives you 4. So we have 4i multiplied. This remains in the roots, okay, because it's not perfect and is divided by 2. So we have x is equal to -8 plus or minus. Multiply this, you have 4 root 3i is divided by 2. So simplify this, you know that x will give you -8. Use these two to divide both the numerators. Okay, so we have this 4 root 3i divided by 2. Simplify, we have x is equal to, this will give you -4 plus or minus, this will give us 2 root 3i. Simplifying this, we now have the values of x as x is equal to -4 plus, let's take the positive, plus 2 root 3i. Remember, you cannot add these two. This 2 is a coefficient of this, so you cannot add them. So this is the fifth value of x, okay? Now the sixth value of x is -4, then take the negative sign. I hope you are with me there. So you've seen that we've been able to get the sixth value, and that was what we said at the beginning of this tutorial. And I hope you've already given us a like, and stay true to see how we check for this solution. Remember that the other values of x we got are x, the first value of x is -6. We also got our x second value as 2, okay? We also got the third value of x as 2 root 3i. Then we got the fourth value as -2 root 3i. Now these are the six values of x. When you look at this carefully, these two are the ones we call the real values because you see them in your number line. These ones are your complex solution. Now let's just check for one of these. Let's put the value of x as -6 and let's see if it gives us this value at the right side. So to do that, we have, so to check, we check for when x is -6. Put it here, we are going to, at the left side, we have -6 plus 2 to the power of 6 is equal to 2 to the power of 12. Now we know that when you subtract this, you are going to have -4 is raised to power of 6. Now you remember that whenever you raise a negative number to even power, the negative sign always disappears. So when you have this, it is the same as 4 to the power of 6, okay? And you know that 4 to the power of 6 is also the same as when you write it as 2 to the power of 2 is raised to power of 6. I hope you've not forgotten. You can multiply these two powers to give you 6. So this is giving us 2 to the power of 12. And that is what we have at the right side of the equation. Now I will leave you to check for the remaining ones. Let's discuss what you got in the comment section. And I hope this helps you. Don't forget to tell us how much. Share this so that others will learn with you. Give this a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips. Click on the notification for more updates. See you in our next class. Thank you for always engaging. Bye bye.